Hey guys, what's the most nice Guy X1 back to GTA 5 another downhill rally. Well, I wanted to do some lowriders because, well, haven't used them in a while, and I quite like them. They're way too expensive to have all of them, but I do have one, which is quite nice. And right now we're using the Moonbeam Custom. Essentially, I don't know why it is in the muscle car category, but it is. It really ought to be in the van category, but I mean, that's just the way GTA rolls. When in doubt, put it in the wrong category. That's how Rockstar fixes things. Yeah, it's not awful around these roads. It's not very fast, though, in general. It just doesn't have the performance. The brakes aren't too terrible and not as deterring. However, we're not exactly going particularly fast. So, yeah, it's not exactly very difficult to get this thing slowed down when you're not going as fast as any other vehicle. So we're not expecting this to break any records here, but it is nice and easy to drive. Despite that, I still managed to get caught out on the bumps. So, yeah, that area is a very bumpy braking zone, and you can easily crash even with the slower vehicles. Now for the next run, I was curious if the high-riding suspension would give an advantage, because that might give us more ground clearance, and that might give us a bit better to deal with the bumps. So I gave that a try, and it didn't really make much of a difference. We didn't bottom out as much. However, yeah, I don't think it's going to be fast enough to make any significant change to how the vehicle handles. It's just not quick enough, so yeah, I wouldn't say it's a bad vehicle, but it's not good, because there's no obvious flaws in the handling, but it's just not quick. That's the only way you can describe this vehicle. Let's just say the only reason you would ever buy it is because you can have a modified van that can jump. That's the only reason you could buy this, have a legitimate reason to buy this car. But, yes, you can see how slow it's going down this straightaway. Now get on the brakes a little earlier from that bump you saw there, because that bump catches many vehicles out, and this is one of the first vehicles to kind of struggle going up this hill. It's not exactly accelerating up at rapid speed, so yeah, it kind of sucks, this vehicle. We did get a little bit of a bounce up on that big bump there. We weren't going fast enough to cause any problems, so able to go flat out around that corner. Final corner to go. So slow, you could probably have a turtle finish line. And we are across the line in the slowest fashion ever seen by man. It's just not a good vehicle. Alright, next up we have the Primo Custom. A vehicle which has an interesting party trick that I want to try. It can roll itself over with the suspension alone. I wanted to see if it would work. I got very close on that first attempt. So I tried the other side. And not quite. Really should have gone over. I don't know how it didn't go over there. The camera's being all funny. I couldn't fix it. There's a problem with the camera right now. I don't know why it's having any problems. But anyway, we were off. I decided to try again with the high-riding vehicle. Yeah, the camera's acting all funny. It just doesn't really work very well right now. This vehicle had much more suspension trail than the Moonbeam when it was high. So, I thought that would be pretty good. I thought it would work pretty well off-road. It didn't matter with the Moonbeam. And, then we had some problems. Yeah, the high-riding suspension makes curves much easier. Breathe on a curb and you'll fall over. Yeah, so I tried it with the lowered suspension instead, because I didn't want the curves to cause any problems, and I didn't think it would make too much of a difference. So I continued on with the stock suspension, and well, it's certainly better than the Moonbeam, the Primo Custom is. However, it's still Primo. It's still not quite good enough for the top categories. Because although the Moonbeam is just slow, this is kind of average. I think that's the best way to describe this car. It is faster, it's quite a bit faster. And the brakes are better, the steering's better. It's still just average. I'm not sure if the custom modification, like the Bunny Works, does anything to the performance. Because, yeah, I'm not sure if it upgrades the power in any way, shape, or form, but, yeah. That might have to be something I investigate later on, but it didn't have any problems with the big bump. Heading up to the dirty tarmac section. Second to last corner, no major problems. Final corner, heading up to the jump, and we are across the line for the Primo Custom. And once again, a pretty good parking job, if I do say so myself. Yeah, it's much better than the Moonbeam, but still kind of average. And the final vehicle is the Sabre Turbo Custom, which can almost roll itself over. I don't know how it's staying on its wheels. It really shouldn't be staying on its wheels, given the angle it's at. I mean, just look at it. It's inching its way across the road. Like, look at it. We moved across the entire roadway, but somehow it's not rolling over. I don't understand the physics of this game. But anyway, this is most likely going to be the fastest vehicle on our course, simply because it's a muscle car, and muscle cars are generally faster than vans and most sedans in this game. And I've always liked the Sabre Turbo. It just is iconic. I've always had this vehicle in my garage, not the custom version, but the normal version. And I've always liked it. And yeah, overall, this does get a lot more oversteer than the other two vehicles, but it is significantly faster. And the brakes are still pretty good. The turning isn't too shabby. One thing I gotta watch out for is that back end sliding around, but that is still easily recoverable. So there's still no major problems with that. And as you can see, it actually is relatively quick heading into this bumpy braking zone. A bit of a twist, we broke the back window, but we didn't have any problems, so we were able to recover it. Took a bit of a shallow line, but it didn't cause too many problems in terms of speed. I have to coast around here as to not cause too many problems. You want to stay on the tarmac here to get as much grip as possible. Head into the second corner. One more corner left to go. We got a big slide, a little bit of wheel spin, and we are across the line. It's for the Sabre Turbo Custom with a little bounce off on the wall. Yeah, overall, not too shabby. I mean, first try, the only vehicle of the day to get on the first try. Yeah, overall, just a solid vehicle. And unsurprisingly, the slowest vehicle of the day is the Moonbeam Custom with a 140.62. Yeah, that was just super awfully, boringly, painfully slow. There was no real problem with it besides the fact it was slow. Second place, though, was a surprise. The Sabre Turbo Custom, the Sabre Turbo Lowrider, is in second place of the day with a 124.17. And right next to that is the Primo Lowrider. Somehow the Primo went faster than the Sabre Turbo, which is a shock to me. That did a 124.17, so very good showing from that. And on a side note, I did actually roll the Sabre Turbo Custom Lowrider with just the hydraulics, which is why you see this dancing upside down car. Left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. Yeah, it's quite fun. Anyway, that is it for this episode of GTA 5 Way Back with more